Hey y'all, and welcome back to another video of mine. So in this video I want to show you some of my must-have mods, well, more so CC, that I use for my Sims and CAS when I create them to give them like just a little something. And in this video I will basically show you how all of this custom content will turn this sim that you're seeing right here into this sim with no adjustment of any facial features whatsoever. So as you can see, my Sims do have a very stylized look to them. As you may or may not notice, they do have a very prominent shadow and all that stuff, so they definitely do look far from base game. I will show you in total 7 custom content pieces that I use for my Sims that really help me create them, so definitely do look forward to that, and let's just jump right in. First and foremost, I always use shadows by Joshio, I think you pronounce it. I really love those shadows, they're very intense. There are different versions of it, I use both. This is the second version, I think, and this is the first version. So as you can see, this one has more of a soft look to it. There are lots of different swatches you can pick and choose from. You can also lower the opacity here. So if you do want this shadow, but say you want it in a lower opacity, you can totally do that just by clicking around. You can also layer those shadows, which is really nice, I think. I can also use other shadows, such as this or this, with the existing one, which I think is really handy. There's also this one, this is an older one. As you can see, it doesn't work as well with all skin tones, hence why Josio has a makeup version that you can adjust. So if you want to make it darker so it looks more realistic, you can totally go do that. Next, I want to show you guys another total must-have, probably one of my favorite things, and those are the miscellaneous details by Okru. Those are basically just very slight details that you can put on your sim just to give them more of a personal and stylish look without adjusting any facial features. So say I want this upper lip to be a little darker, I can just click on this overlay, and as you can see, the upper lip got darker. There are a lot of other swatches as well. For example, the mouth corners here. There are also swatches that kind of focus on the cheekbones, as you can see. Also nose swatches. This is one of my favorites because it highlights the nose so well. I will just show you some other swatches this has as well without really talking about them. So the next thing I want to show you guys is the Spotlight by SimAndy. This basically just provides a focus on the nose. So you have like a little shadow there. There's also a soft swatch as well as a more harsh swatch, as you can see. What I also want to show you guys is the Mrs. Blue skin tone set. I'm using version 3, which is an acne overlay. I gotta say though, it really depends on the skin color of your sim. As you can see, this is the colors are very extreme, like you can see all of the pinks, whereas with brighter skin sims you can't really see that much of a pink, but you definitely do see that they look a little bit more lively. Next, I want to go ahead and show you guys some masks I have. Those masks are by SamiXOX, and what they do, they basically provide more definition to certain areas of the face. For example, this is a nose mask, and as you can see, there are lots of different swatches, and as I click through, the nose seems to take on a different shape. So what this does, it basically provides a different look to the nose without adjusting the shape. Some swatches look more matte, some look more glossy. Those also exist for the eye and mouth category. So if I want to change the eye shape without actually adjusting the eye shape, I can totally do that just by clicking around, kind of figuring out what I would like. Some are more symmetrical than others, which I really like, so you do have some asymmetry with this. I'm just going to show you the mouth overlay as well. I really like this one. I think it adds such a difference. This one, for example, is a little more defined and has harsher edges, whereas this one is a little softer. So going away from the face for a bit, I do want to show you something that is more so related to the body. As you can see, she does have a shadow here that comes from the first overlay I used. Anyways, what I wanted to show you guys, I actually do have a belly overlay. See, even though she does have a belly, even if I drag it out, it does look very toned, and that's the case for a lot of sims. There's just this one certain look that all sim bellies have, I think. This is basically a preset that changes that. So you have lots of swatches. You have swatches that make it look softer. You have swatches that do make it look a little bit more toned. So I totally love this overlay because it adds so much variety to my Sims and it just makes them look so much more realistic in my opinion. So I really love this preset. Lastly, I want to show you guys my eye defaults that I have. The ones I'm focusing on in this video are the beetle eyes, and I really love them. They have such nice swatches. For example, this green looks really nice, or this blue. So those are my favorite defaults and I've been using them for so long. So if you do want to add that kind of hint of coziness to your Sims, definitely go check out the beetle eyes. Now I promise that this one is the last thing we're going to check out. It is very specific to certain Sims, but I do think this is a must-have. This is the Queen Bee mustache for female Sims, or for AFib Sims, so it's available for Sims that are set as female in the game. You can't really see it in this swatch, but it does have a lot of different swatches. So see, you can kind of see it here and also here. I'm gonna show you on a different Sim really quick. So it's ever so slightly, but I definitely think that it looks nice. And yeah, it's basically just a little mustache. So this is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. And lastly, very honestly, I do want to share another mod with you. You may or may not know this already, but it's the Stand Still in CAS mod. This is the mod that allows my Sims to just not move the whole time, which really makes things easier if you're so focused on creating facial features. So I definitely like it, and I do feel like it adds a sense of dress-up game. So yeah, if you do want to go check that out, definitely do so. I am using the Sim version. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to leave a comment if you have anything on your mind. And leave a like or subscribe, whatever you would like. And one last thing I have to say is that I won't be able to put the link to all of those things in the description just yet, because you do need like a specific kind of verification for that, and my YouTube channel doesn't have that yet. But I do have my Tumblr linked in my channel description, and on my Tumblr I will post all the links to those certain items. So you can definitely go check out my Tumblr if you're interested in picking up any of those things I just mentioned. I hope you have an amazing day and see you next time.